And now Jason Feger says, hold my ginger beer, son. I'll show you what we do in Alabama. Down the back straight, he just lies. Oh, bicycles! He bicycles big time. Goodness gracious me, watch that in slow motion later on. That was absolutely worth the price of admission.
So we headed to Waikaraka Park in Auckland. Really cool, historical kind of place. It actually was an army base back in the day, so it's cool and just think that a lot of soldiers were been out on that field playing football or rugby or hanging out and doing whatever there. And the buildings and stuff are and there's like still a brick wall all the way around it. It's really cool. I think it's cool. I love the historical stuff like that, but the tracks over here, especially, they're narrow. Like I compare it to like racing on a high school track, like a high school jogging track. So they're very narrow, very flat. They're not necessarily small. It's just, narrow. And especially when you get a full body car out there, you gotta be pretty strategic on how you pass, and just be patient, too. But, Waikaraka was a complete opposite from Palmerston. It rained quite a bit up there. On that day, we were delayed like an hour. Palmerston was really dry and slick, which I would prefer. And Waikaraka was pretty fast. I mean, it was wet and fast and had a pretty nasty cushion on it. And car was good. Same thing. You don't qualify, so it double heats. And I think we had like 14 or not 14, maybe 12 cars in the heat, something like that. It was quite a few cars in the heat and not a lot of time. And then basically, there's 3 heats, but you only race 2, so each heat races the other heat. And there's no passing points or anything. It's just kind of, where basically it's just a finishing point. And then the first heat we started 12th, maybe I think 10th or 12th, and we worked our way up to 5th. Car was really good. It was just trying to be patient and bide your time and take the holes when they're given to you. Track with the cushion being lower was really narrow.
Watching the warm-up laps, mate, he left absolutely nothing on the table. Let's go green as we come down the start-finish straight. Turn number 1 with a 10 laps of Super Saloon action. Group 2 versus Group 3 out of turn number 2. Down the back straight. Feger looking back at the 25 US car. Again, doing the tripod through 2, but watching the front of the field, Shane McIntyre. Abramson in the second place position at the moment. He's absolutely full on and committed. So too Partington behind him. Watch for Edwards as we see the 37 going sideways of Cowling from Mount Maunganui. Oh goodness me, this is some close quarter stuff as they come out of 3, now 4. Start, finish straight. Feger's working his way through the field already. He's got a couple of spots done. Nice job there from him with the 2 NZ behind him for good measure. What improvements can these drivers, what room can they find as McIntyre has just set sail for the podium. He said, I'm out of here, boys, like a ball man. Cowling's 2 NZ body shell is dancing around the chassis, sitting pretty rocky through Cemetery Bend. Nicholas cruising around in the 36 car by comparison. Here comes McIntyre. He'll be wanting to try and put as many cars between himself and the hard charging second, third and fourth of Opinson, Parkington and then...
down in turns 1 and 2, the 25 USA of Jason Feger getting caught up with the 6B of Grant Flynn.
The lights are going out. They said, yep, that's where you need to be, son. Let's go racing.
Switching the dealing with phase. So we go racing. So green flag flies down into the wounds, 1 and 2 for the restart. This, of course, the second Super Saloon heat. Eyesight hustler Jason Feger out here in this one, trying to work around the 58 and also the 6E of Gary Edwards. He's got the 58K car of Sean Wade there, just trying to get his way worked through around him. Here he goes down the back straight, the 25 USA trying to get a slipstream up the inside of the 58K car. Is he going to get it done? Here goes the 2NZ of Waddell, bouncing around like crazy down through turns 3 and 4. He continues on in the 2NZ machine. 9W Mark Pitcher just trying to catch him with him too. Meanwhile, out in front, it's Shane McIntyre leading this one.
I'll tell you what, Waddell's not driving angry, he's driving furious. Watch the 2NZ car. I don't think he's got a brake pedal in that machine or he's not using it. He is absolutely committed here. And looking back, around goes Pegler. In fact, the race leader, McIntyre, just about puts the 36A around the wrong way, trying to make an inside-outside pass. Luckily, 99A lives to fight another day. And we are 8 laps completed. White flag this time as Bodie Abramson saying, yeah, mate, take out 36. I don't mind, son. I'll take your position as we got one more lap to go. Group 2 versus Group 3 of the Lucas Oil Super Saloons. And the 2NZ's got a problem. Waddell's got an issue as he's parking up down the start-finish straight. Will they stay green to the checker? We are white flag, white flag, white flag, checkered flag, you bet your bottom dollar. And McIntyre's going to take that one out. Second place will be Abramson in the 49C. Partington in the 69M will get the podium off Buska. The worst possible outcome. Oh my goodness gracious me, just when you think Speedway New Zealand have used common sense, unfortunately another driver has seen fit to make that not look great. Oh, that was terrible. That was terrible. And we'll watch, here we go now, we can see, thanks to Video Hub, the only thing missing in the background was just the good old boys, never meaning no harm. Oh, dearie.
Yeah, interesting situation, I think you can say, Mike, but look.
But like I said, car was good. And then the second heat race, we were able to start. Well, actually, we started on the pole because the guy that was supposed to start on the pole broke. We were supposed to start second on the side, so we ended up starting on the pole. But the guy on the outside of me got a really good jump, and he was pretty good. And we were on him. I felt like the whole race felt like we were better than he was, but just couldn't get by him. I mean, he was good enough that he could hold me off, and I could never really get a run there. They also have, they call it the pole line, but basically at the bottom of every track there, they got it's just a concrete, it's not even a curb, just a little real 6-8 inch thing of concrete all around the inside. And it's level with the racetrack, but you can't pass on it. Like, you're not even supposed to get your tire. If you get your tires on it past somebody, they'll penalize you. So, like, if we could hang in there, I felt like I could have passed them a few times, but every opportunity I had, I would have hung a tire off in there, and then I probably would have got penalized anyway, so I didn't do it. But let's say I knew the car was fast, and I knew we would have a pretty good starting spot. I felt like so. We just hung out, ran second there, and then led us into what they do is called a pole shuffle. So it's pretty cool. We probably would call like a King of the Hill type format. But basically, they took the top 6 out there, and then it'd be 6 versus 5, and they ran 2 laps, and the winner stays, and the loser goes, and the next guy comes on. And that's how you determine your starting lineup. And then, so we were the last car out because we would have been the high points guy. And that was put Chris Colleen out there, who, he's definitely one of the best they have over there.
All right, so this is the pole shuffle for the Super Saloons, and Jason earned top points. So they've raced through the top 7 other cars, and they race each other. It's 1-1. And so at this point, Chris Cowling in the 1NZ car has won the last round. So now him and Jason are vying for the pole of the feature. Looks like Jason hit a rut, got up on 2 wheels. He's reeling Chris back in, but I think he's going to settle for second in this 2-lap dash.
Here comes Kelly through 3 and 4. The white flag is down.
So Jason will start front row outside of the feature, and Chris Cowling will start on the pole of the feature for tonight's Super Saloon race.
And I buried her all. I got a good jump, and we had both of us actually had a really good start, and then I got to pull up them off of 2, and I buried it in a 3, and man, that thing caught side bite and hit that cushion, and I thought I was going over it. It's that picture that you've probably seen where we're like this high off the ground, all 4 wheels. It was definitely felt like it was close. I didn't think we were gonna be able to save it. Thank God I got a lot of left side weight. Made it come back down. But anyway, that took pretty much any chance we had of winning that out of the thing. But that didn't matter too much because that let me start to run second, so I was able to start second. So, and then the weird thing about over there is it's actually the outside guy who sets the pace. So I didn't know that, and they said Bobby didn't know that. He was happy he wanted the pole or something, but he didn't realize the outside guy set the pace. So they said that happened to him the couple weeks before, you know. But yeah, so that's definitely interesting to say the least. A little bit different mentality, and you're not supposed to fire till the flagman actually drops the green. So I don't know how much of an advantage getting to set the pace is. Maybe a little bit, but it's just a weird thing there. So brought us to the feature. It kind of was sprinkling, misting real light a little bit. I didn't know what to do on tires. We were on a softer tire all night long, and I felt like in the heat race it actually started giving up on me a little bit. But you know, with the rain and the mist like that, it's kind of iffy, and I didn't know what to do. So we ended up going with the harder Hoosier. That was the right call. I mean, Chris Colling put it on too, and you know, we just had a good race. You know, I took off and was really good early, and then the car just kept getting tighter and tighter. You know, the longer the race would go in the feature, but it didn't matter. You know, we were able to hold on and get the win. Slice and dice through some lap traffic there, and you know, let Chris catch back up to me, and you know, ultimately put on a good show for the fans. So it was awesome to be able to get our second win. And then Bobby wasn't there, but I actually got to beat the Collings who left Palmerston the week before. You know, and they're 2 of the better guys there. So you know, to know that we were able to outrun them guys, you know, feels good. That you know, we got the car going good in the right direction for Pete. So that was awesome.
In the 25, and look at the car, it's all black and it's all blue. But I'll tell you what, it's a fantastic machine. He deserves to be seen off. Come on, take it to go partner. Boy, what a night it's been tonight. We've had a fantastic night. We've had the weather all sorts of things happen, but folks, we have managed to get through and get us up. Thank you very much for being a part of the show here at Prestige Falls Waikaraka Speedway. Give the high side hustler, Jason.
And then, you know, they do like a cool little awards deal every night in the building. They got a bar, and then you got to go up there, and the top 3, you know, give a little speech, get their trophies, and everybody just kind of hangs out and drinks beer in this little bar area. So,
and the race winner, 25 USA high side hustler, Jason Feger. That's brilliant stuff there, mate. You managed to, of course, keep both these Kelly boys at bay and, you know, just with holding that pressure and get the job done.
Yeah, for sure. They've been really fast, and we won at Palmy the other day, but they weren't there. So it was nice to be able to beat them and here. And I can't say enough. I mean, we've made so many great friends here. Me and my wife are this way. Me and my wife, we really appreciate everybody that's welcomed us. And like I say, we love coming over here, and thank you, Buck and Bruce and
Hans, kneel down like Hans. Yeah, get the Hans level.
But we're truly blessed, and we just appreciate getting to come over here with a chance to do it. It's awesome, and it's very humbling and rewarding to be able to win a race in another country. I mean, there's not a lot of people that ever have the opportunity to do that, so it really does. It's definitely not the most I've ever made in my life, but winning wise, but it is very special, and it means a lot to me. So that's awesome, and I just can't say enough about all the good friends that we've made over here throughout the years, and hopefully they'll keep coming back, and anybody comes to the States, you're always welcome by us for whatever, but thank you everybody so much. We really appreciate everything that you guys do for us over there.
That's always cool to see how they do it, and that was a good feeling. And like I say, once again, I was just really happy for Pete and his guys, and for their hard work, and see how happy they were, and it's just another awesome feeling to get a win in another country. So that was really cool, and that pretty much wrapped up our racing over there in New Zealand, and we just had a few more little adventures. So we had a few days left in Auckland. We were able to stay with our friends Fiona and Nigel. Nigel used to do some racing. He has a beautiful house there, and Abby is happy because he has a really nice swimming pool. So we got to do some fun stuff, stay with them. They had a nice spot for us to stay. Went out to eat a few times, got some really good food. And then kind of crazy, got to watch the Super Bowl on a Monday, which was at noon, basically, over there. So that was a weird feeling. But it was cool. We went into Auckland. They got, like I say, they're a little busy strip, has a bunch of bars and restaurants, and a lot of them actually were having a Super Bowl party type deal. So that's really cool, seeing how football is not really their sport over there. It's more all about rugby and cricket. But it was cool because then the pubs over there, the bars we were at, they actually were kind of doing their take on American food, which their hot dogs aren't near as good as our hot dogs, I'll tell you that. But it was really cool, getting to see that and different thing. Abby probably had a little too much fun that day. We found a little bar that had a two-man live band playing, and it's cool. Like pretty much it's all pretty much all American music over there, and even like the New Zealand singers sing like they're from America. So it's kind of interesting. I always found that odd, but it's cool. So we feel like you're at home there, and we had a great time. And then that was Super Bowl Monday over there. And then Tuesday, we ended up going to Waiheke Island. So just about a 30-minute boat ride north of Auckland. They got ferries that run back and forth. There's an island called Waiheke Island. It's really cool. There's unfortunately, being on Tuesday, there's a few things closed, but they got a couple really nice beaches. We didn't have enough time on there this time. We've been there before. We had some problems with the ferry getting there. We went to one spot and that ferry didn't go there, and so we got there way later than we wanted to. Abby loves wine, and the island there is really good for climate for growing grapes, and they have some really good wines. So I don't even know how many wineries are on this island. The island's not very big, and there's got to be 10 to 15 wineries, and it's pretty much just tons of grapes, and there's some bars, a couple of breweries and beaches and stuff. So we did that, the whole thing, and then we brought you a little video from there's a racetrack on Waiheke, probably the most unique racetrack you'll ever see. They do not race the saloons there. I think they pretty much run like a Street Stocks and Hornets there. But it is, even if it doesn't look like it, they definitely still race there. So we're in Waiheke Island today, just north of Auckland, or just outside Auckland. It's an island with a bunch of wineries and stuff on it, some beaches, fun stuff to do. Abby's favorite place. And there's actually a racetrack here in Waiheke, Waiheke Speedway, and it is definitely the most unique track I think I've ever seen in my life. I've seen some video of this once or twice before. Somebody showed me. I'm staying on the flag stand right now, and the front stretch actually dips way into the track, and then you turn back to the right, and then you get down to turns 1 and 2, and it is little bitty. I mean, it's tiny down there. Like, it's probably as tight as maybe tighter than Macon. Probably it's more like a dome corner, and then you get down to the other end, and it's just a true giant egg shape, more like an eggplant look to it probably. And this end it's crazy, and they actually do race here. They still race here. It is a wild looking track shoved on this little island, so pretty crazy.
Oh, here comes Ben. Looks like we're gonna make some laps.
Yeah, there's
Ben Harding, the 24A Super Saloon.
Might be declaring a new home track.
Yeah. In the minivan.
Is he gonna declare a new home track? We gotta go for a lap. Come on, let's go for a lap.
All right, we're gonna go for a lap. We're gonna do a lap. We're live. Sorry.
You still recording?
Yep, I'm recording.
So Ben, have you ever raced here before?
No.
So now there's the flag stand. We're going down the streetaway. Let me see this.
You take.
Here you can see how much this thing curves in. This is crazy.
You got to turn to the right to hit turn 1.
Yeah,
And then it's a hairpin. It's pretty tight.
it's pretty tight.
Probably got more banking than most New Zealand tracks. So.
Yeah, about as wide. Oh my gosh. Look, just a straight turnaround here. You'd be stopped.
Back out the next straight.
Pretty crazy. This back straighter really comes in too, actually.
Yeah.
A good amount. Way uphill. I mean, we must have went up 15 foot of grade down this backstretch or better.
And then you start going back down a little after you
Yeah, and
get
this corner it's falling off bad, and it's a lot bigger. Crazy. This is so interesting. People will race anywhere.
Check out that. You look down from the pole line. You can
here
see
you go.
that.
This is coming off of 4. You can see how crazy that front stretch is, but really cool racetrack here. Really neat. I don't think it's quite made for late models, but be fun for some Hornets. So we had a fun day there, and then that was pretty much it. Headed back to Fiona and Nigel's and packed everything up and had a 13.5-hour flight home direct to Chicago. So that actually was pretty nice, a lot nicer than our layover in LA on the way there. Thank you everybody who makes it possible for us to go over there. It's amazing. If everybody gets a chance, check it out. I mean, it's expensive, but it's a lot of fun. They got a lot of cool stuff to do over there. It's a really cool way of life and stuff, and it's not Australia. New Zealand, Australia are very different, it's more different than us in Canada, right? They're separated by like a 2-hour flight through water, so everybody thinks down under. I'm like, no, I'm not down under. I'm in New Zealand, so it's different, but it's awesome. Hopefully we go back next time. We get to finally go to the South Island and do some racing down there. They say they got a lot of really cool tracks, so looking forward to that. But thanks everybody for tuning in, and hope you enjoy our adventures.